spit done gone inside the gutter. Knock off when you open your mouth. Discrimination in entertainment, and you're talking about one Guyana. When the Ministry of Culture keep the big shows, one set of girls and banner. Cause I done fed up, you done fed up, he done fed up, she done fed up, we done fed up, the people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup, look how evil set up. The people fed up. Every picture you take and promise you make, everything you do is about clouds. Then you come into me for I shake your hand, there's nothing to smile about. Corruption inside every sector, but when it comes to them they send you. Try investigate efficiency, right? Go talk to Barretons too, cause I done fed up, you done fed up, he done fed up, she done fed up, we done fed up, the people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup, look how evil set up.
There and fabricate that. Unless you say who the person is, I can't comment on anonymous people.
Okay, well, let's talk about specific individuals. What is your relationship with Mr. Su Jurong?
Su? Oh, Su? My relationship? Nothing. He's a tenant in my place, yeah.
And he's a good friend of yours?
Yes, yes, he is a friend of ours.
All right, we're going to rock and roll just for 1 hour. My name is Mark Benjap. It's 7 minutes after 9 o'clock Guyana time. Wherever you are, if you're in India, if you're in Africa, if you're in China, good night to all of you. Well, we know the different time zones, right? And it's okay. But if you're in Guyana, good night to all, every single Guyanese, you know, every single one of you. But more so, good hello to the folks out in India. Lots of people in India are watching us. Good night again. Good night to all the people in the US, in Canada, wherever you are. What do you guys think is on my mind tonight as we prepare for Showdown right here on 107.1 FM? All of you. Now, I can't call all of your names. I can't do that. Now, if I do that and I leave some of your names out, some of you are going to be jealous. If I say goodnight to Andrea, Linda is going to be jealous. If I say goodnight to Jamal, Thomasina is going to be jealous. If I say goodnight to Desiree, then guess what? Guess what? No, Major Maji, 1018, says India is on my mind. India? Everything is on my mind, not just India. Africa is on my mind too. China is on my mind. Exxon is on my mind. But like you, Meiji, you jealous because I got India on my mind. So what if I got India on my mind? So what? And so just like that, the program is starting off with a bang. Somebody has upset the host. And you know, when the host bumps is raised, then the show takes a different direction, right? Oh, yes. Oh, hallelujah, Meiji. Thanks for setting me up. Thanks for cranking me up. But India is on my mind. Guyana is on my mind. And guess what? The cash grant is on my mind because the corrupt, can our operator get this Mungeza, this Lungira, this Katahar, this Korhi, this Chamar, this Nimakaram, this Chatri, Can somebody get him off? Where's the operator? Get him off. Get him off. We don't want him to contaminate anything here. He might sneeze, achoo, and then something pops out, and then all of a sudden, brup, ooh, he's smoke. All right, what's happening in your neck of the wood? We have lots of things to discuss, but so far they're still hiding. They're hiding this guy. Why are they hiding him? I don't know. And I keep asking you guys since they have no proper explanation. Now, suddenly there's this nice word, maybe because they think, the PPP guys, they think it's politically sexy to use the word conspiracy, and that Ben Shap has popped up with some sort of conspiracy in this whole Dilip saga. Now, we may very well have a Dilip gate, but I'm asking a simple question because nobody, not even their own supporters, most of their supporters don't believe that it's Jack Dale. And I am not saying that. I listen to conversations on the ground in Guyana. People are concerned. PPP supporters are concerned. I am not concerned. The only reason that I'm concerned is that your tax dollars, millions upon millions your tax dollars. That is what I'm concerned about. But if this guy just disappeared just like that, and Dilip pops up on the scene, don't we, or don't you guys in Guyana, don't you have a right to ask what is happening? And it's time that you stop trying. These people take you guys for granted. They give you the impression that you have no right to question them. You have no right to question their whereabouts. You have no right to question whether they're sick or they're not sick. You have that right to question. They have an obligation to you, the people. They work for you, the people. It is not the other way around. And so when people question these Nimakarams in government, these Katahars, these Korhis, these Chatris in government, it is part of the democracy, part of the democratic right, your constitutional right. Because these guys work for you. Every time they collect a lump sum amount of monies, you are the ones, it says your tax dollars they're collecting because you are paying them. And if in fact Jack Dale is ill, now there's nothing to laugh about this whole thing, mind you. So don't get me wrong. But if he is ill, and according to information, he's now recovering from what only God knows. So if that's the case, then they should issue a press release to say that he, Jack Dale, is recovering. Now, you don't have to get into details of whether he get bumps, whether one side bumps raise, whether left side bumps raise, whether he did an operation. Maybe that's why he's lying like that. Who knows? They have an obligation. But you see some of the Pakus, they're going to jump up and say, Ben Shap, and Ben Shap this, and Ben Shap that, to Ben Shap, and all manner of things. But it's okay. And what I'm trying to teach some of these guys is democracy, what democracy is all about. So we don't want to continue because, mind you, it is the PPP who started this conspiracy, not me, because it is the PPP, senior PPP operatives are the ones who have been whispering. They're not going to come and tell you anything. They're not going to admit that to you, to say that they're the ones who have been whispering about this Dilip whole saga. So I have just ran with it, asking a question whether this is Jack Dale or this is Dilip Shastri Venkatasamy. And they all vex. All of them are vexed. They're upset. But if they're so upset, let them explain why Jack Dale cannot sit at a press conference and let the press, let the media people see him, hear him, and know that it is him. And so when he continues to dodge and he continues to run and he continues to duck and hide, and then there is claim that he popped up at some meeting that Priya Manikchan had on the East Coast, of Demerara, he popped up. Popped up. Now they are saying people in the audience aren't convinced that it's him. People are of the view that, again, people are of the view, not me, that it is Dilip. That it is Dilip Shastri Venkatasamy. People are the ones who are asking questions. But if you take a look at this here, well, they claim that that's Jack Dale. Now, this is not the Jack Dale that you guys know. And so you have every right to ask whether that is Jack Dale or is Dilip Shastri Venkatasamy, the vendor from India that was paid according to information. Now, don't run away with this and say that Ben Sharp spreading propaganda and Ben Sharp and conspiracy and all these things, because the biggest propagandists in Guyana are the ones in the PPP regime. Every single thing they do, propaganda, 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 propaganda. And then they come out when they are feeling the squeeze now, when they get the Dilip Shastri Venkatasamy syndrome, because they're feeling the feeling. And Dilip is making them nervous, because a lot of their supporters are questioning whether it is Jagdeo or it is Dilip. Look, case in point, I want you to hear me out, please. Now, he attended, and they claim that it is Jagdeo, but take a look. Take a look. Now, come on, take a look. Does this look like the Jagdeo that you guys know? Or is it that someone who is recovering? Did he get a mini stroke and he's now I don't know. Now, these are questions that I'm asking. Now, when I say mini stroke, I don't mean... Sorry about that, guys. I don't mean... Can somebody get that mini stroke off the screen? But let's get back to Jagdeo now here. Look at this. Take a look. Now, I'm going to read some of your comments. What do you guys think? Is this Jagdeo or is this Dilip? Now, you guys be the judge in the audience. Be the judge. Is this Dilip or is this Jagdeo? Some may ask, why is it so important but Jagdeo? Well, he gets paid like 10 million tax dollars, 10 million of your tax dollars in Guyana, 10 million plus. He gets security. He gets somebody to wipe him up, clean him up right now, and all these sort of things. And it's your tax dollar that's paying for it. Your tax dollar that paid for his jacket. Your tax dollar that's paying for his shirt. Oh, gosh. If that is Jagdeo, take a look how he's holding on to that mic. No, seriously. Zoom in and take a look how he's holding on to that mic. Anyway, sorry about that. So now let's move on. What a friend we have in Jesus. Okay, take a look again at that mic, how he's holding on to that mic. It's kind of like that song, that oldies. Is it, who's it that sang this oldies? Hold on to your first love. It may be your last love. Hold on to that mic, Dilip. Hold on to that mic. Don't let it slip away. Don't let it slip away. Is it who is it, man? Eddie Hooper? No, somebody. Hold on to your mic, Dilip. It may be your last mic. Don't let it slip away. Don't let it slip away. It's almost Christmas, guy. Mark Holder, thank you. Thank you, Miss Webster, Mr. Webster, Royan. Yeah, Mark Holder. Mark Holder, yeah. And come on, repeat after me, guys. It's the holiday season, right? Come on. Hold on to your mic, boy. This may be your last mic. Don't let it slip away. Don't let it slip away. Anyways, look, at this event today, look, if you guys think I'm kidding around, look how the people were looking. Because now, this guy, if you tell me what's on his face, he said, like, oh, me move by, Dana Jagdeo. Because they're looking at somebody and they're questioning whether that's Jagdeo or that's Dilip. And this was a member of the audience there at that meeting today. And he himself looks, in my opinion, he looks confused as to whether this is Jagdeo or this is Dilip. Take a look at how he's looking. He is confused. And now you can't blame him. In fact, he's not the only one. He is certainly not the only one that looked confused. Take a look. He can't believe what he's looking at there. He can't believe what he's seeing. But to top it all off, one woman turned up, and she is also shocked. She can't believe, but I suppose she took the opportunity. And I don't know what she asked, but if I'm giving you my opinion, that it's about the cash grant. She's saying, with this cash grant, you promise we, eh? All you're giving we is promises, promises, and promises. And then you have Irfan Ali saying that all of the promises have been kept. No, I am standing here today to ask you, Dilip. Well, I don't know if you is Dilip or you is Jagdev, but I almost thought that you are Jagdev based on how you hold on to the mic so tight like a mic expert. But I want to ask you, where is my cash grant? Where is my cash grant? I want my cash grant. And now, seriously, people are asking, where is the cash grant? Where is the crash grant? Where is it? Where is it? Is this how they're going to dress up? Is this how Irfan Ali is going to deliver people's cash grant? No, I don't know. These are questions that we have to ask. Lots and lots of questions we have to ask. Where are the people's cash grant? It's the people's money. It doesn't belong to Irfan Ali. It doesn't belong to Priya Manikchand. It doesn't belong to any of them. And certainly doesn't belong to Stroke Face. Stroke Face. It doesn't belong to them at all. But they're going to give you the impression that is their money, and they're going to sprinkle little crumbs to you come Christmas time. And they expect you to hug them. They expect you to gyrate them. They expect you to chatte them. And they expect you to praise them and say that they are the best thing since sliced bread. Now, I wanted to talk a little more about Dilip. But I'm not going to talk any more about Dilip for now because you guys already got the message. Now, I want to take a look at this here. This is my friend Claudine. Now, Claudine, mouth in their dongy. Claudine will tell you like it is. I know Claudine since the days underneath by Demico House and Chick Board, and you know them banners who just shake the thing in the cup. You pass wrong by I don't know how many of you guys have experienced. You know, they get something that. Let me see if we get some old heads in the audience. What really is this? When you pass underneath Demico House, they get them banners there with a Chick Board, and some of them get a small cup with God in heaven knows what inside. They almost caught me one time with a thing. It's what in there, right? So now let's go to France. Was I thought was Francine Cruz, but this is Claudine. Now, this is what is happening. This is what they're doing. This is what they're doing to black women, Guyanese of African descent. The mockery doesn't stop. If it's not Odessa, and this is what they have done to Odessa, and these are the things that people who are talking about Dilip and Ben Chapman conspiracy about Dilip and all sort of things, right? All sort of things. They don't condemn these things. They just don't condemn these things. They ought to condemn these things. I see some of you guys bringing back memories, eh? Bringing back memories. And the girls, and the guys, right? Good. Sorry about that. I got a bit carried away there to myself. And so they need to condemn these things. It is unacceptable, regardless of how we feel, whether we like Odessa's politics or not. This is, come on. And then when you do this to the PBB people, The bumps raise and they get vexed. The bumps raise and they get vexed. So this here, we are condemning it on 107.1 FM. We have condemned these things and we continue to condemn this. But Priya Manichan is not going to condemn this. She's not going to say a word, you know. She's not going to say, look at what the people have done to Odessa and Jagdeo. Put Odessa and Jagdeo picture together in one. This is it, Odessa and Jagdeo. But they're not going to condemn this here because it suits their agenda to go after persons of women of African descent. That is what they do. And so this is what they have done also to Claudine. Now, why would they do this to Claudine? No, why would they continue to make a mockery of Claudine because of her looks? And now I have seen, look, they're not going to, Claudine, in my opinion, if you know Claudine, you will know that Claudine is a nice woman. Forget about her politics. If you mash Claudine's corn, she's going to mash back your corn. That's Claudine. But outside of that, look, they're going to laugh at Claudine, they're going to laugh at Odessa, but they're not going to laugh at this chap. They're not going to laugh at this chap. They're not going to do it. In fact, they're not going to laugh at this one here too. Because if you ask me, Claudine is by far better looking than this Paku, if you ask me. They're not going to laugh at him. Let me see who else. This one here. They're not going to laugh at him either. Let me see this one. This is Selwyn Peters. They're not going to laugh at Selwyn too. But you see, they always do this to women of African descent. That is what they do. And somebody, I'm looking for another, but you know, they're not going to do that. I don't know why, man. But could our operator take Selwyn off, please? Take Selwyn off. Thank you. What else is it that we can discuss? Again, it's Thursday night. My name is Mark Benchap. Welcome to Straight Up. How's your day going, guys? How did you spend this day? What's going on in Guyana? Let's talk about Guyana. Other than the fact that a lot of people are complaining about blackouts. Every single day, blackout. And they're not going to focus about blackout, but they're going to focus about what Benchap said about Dilip and Dilip and Dilip. They're not going to talk about blackouts. They're not going to talk about the high unemployment. They're not going to talk about those things. They're not going to laugh about, well, look, Maudveer said they will laugh at all of them, not me. Me in laughing at them. But more so, Yalinga make I laugh at my friend. And I'll say this. I know Claudine. Yalinga make I laugh at Claudine. Claudine is a Ben. Right? Yalinga make I laugh at Claudine. Not me. I saw I got said done. Y'all ain't gonna set me up, not me. And my Claudine. Claudine. Yeah. So again, good night again. Good night to all of you guys. Poverty. I noticed somebody mentioned that. Poverty. But before we get to that, this is what Wainam Saki, Irfan Ali, has announced. This is what he said. We are giving the public 6 weeks to surrender invalid licenses. That is what Irfan Ali has announced. That is what Irfan Ali said. Now, how many of you guys believe this? This is crap. This is garbage. This is what it is. Crap. It's garbage. It's crap. It's garbage. Now, you guys tell me. Irfan Ali is saying that, and I quote, we are giving the public 6 weeks to surrender invalid licenses. Now, these people went to motor vehicle. They have done their exams. They collected their passing results or whatever it is. They got their licenses. And Irfan Ali is bluffing the nation by telling people that they got the names of the individuals and take your licenses in, take your fake licenses in. Now, charity begins at home. You know how many PPP guys at Freedom House, at Office of the President, that can't read and write properly? They can't read and write properly, and you've got to question, how did they get their driver's license? How? You think they are going to walk and hand it in? Do you know how many ministers, them family, can't read and write properly? Seriously, some ministers can't read and write properly. So do you expect them to walk and take their license back? No, it's not going to happen. So this, what Irfan Ali has done, is just as a reaction, a knee-jerk reaction to the accidents that we're seeing on the road every single day. They have no policy, they have no plans. This is a recipe for corruption. Now, here is what Irfan, let's see. If 150 people, so now he knows this, right? They have controlled the country for 20-something years, almost 30 years. And it took these pakus, it took these idiots in the PPP to finally wake up and realize that there's corruption that was under their watch for 20-something years. They haven't done anything about it. And whilst attempting to do or to make believe that they're doing something about it, in fact, they are encouraging, they are going to encourage more corruption, more bribery, and so forth. And so this is what Irfan says, and I quote, if 150 people passed the theory, but 400 received practical certificates, something is wrong. Now he continues, technology has allowed us to trace every step, and we have all the names. Lies, 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 lies. If they have all the names, so instead of you guys taking your license into them, let them come to you. If they get all the names of those who have gotten fake licenses or whatever, let them come to you. Don't fall for his bluff. And I bet they will be knocking at the doors of some police officers and their families, some politicians, some MPs, some ministers, and so forth. Let Irfan tell you guys how he got his first license, whether he did any practical, whether he did anything at all. He looked like a lamata that he can't even ride a bicycle. And then now to talk about this. So now here is what's going to happen. The proposal that Irfan Ali has is a recipe for 10 times more corruption than what is happening right now. And to tell people to walk in and hand over their driver's license is kind of like telling them to walk in and hand over all of their belongings to a thief, because it's a bluff. That is what Irfan Ali has done. That is what Irfan Ali is doing. He is bluffing you guys. And now don't get me wrong. We want the right thing to happen. We want people to go through the correct process and get their driver's license. We don't want them, as it has been for 20-something, nearly 30 years under the corrupt PPP regime, any paku get a driver's license in Guyana. So that is why the question usually is, hey, you buy your license now. So every 10 persons you run into in Guyana, and you ask this particular question, hey, you drive so like you buy your license or? Out of 10 persons, maybe 7.5 bought their license. 7.5, not out of 10. Do the math. 7.5 bought their license. And that is how Guyana began. You see banners driving and go over this side and go over the side and go on the parapet, driving all in the trench. That is Guyana. Compliments of the PPP regime. Compliments of the corrupt PPP regime. Now, I don't know, but I am not confident that that's going to fix anything. But he's addressing all those things. They're not going to address, though, the gun licenses. These were one, they address the gun licenses that they give out to friends, cronies, the man, the women, the sweet man, the sweet women, and all these sort of things. They're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. You know what make they're not going to do that? Because they know that they're guns, big guns, big guns, and give it to their friends and their cronies in one house. Mommy get gun. Daddy get gone. Chachi get gone. Chacha get gone. Didi get gone. David get gone. Pua get gone. All of them get gone. Lil Picnic get gone. 15-year-old get gone. 18-year-old get gone. You ever go in a village and hear somebody say, hey, bye, hey, Dilip, bring a gun, bye, bring a gun, come, bring a gun. And little Dilip, so, run with a gun. Daddy, look a gun. You want me pull a trigger upon them? No, pull a trigger now. And the point that I'm making, that is what's going on in Guyana. They pass wrong by the cathedral. They want a favor. And if you know what I mean by favor, those who know what favor I'm talking about, mic up. You want a favor? Come tomorrow, man. Make your gun license. That is how it's going. So their friends and cronies, if you look around in Guyana, the PBB supporters them. They want duty-free concessions. They want not just to bring in Lamborghini. So that Lamborghini gate is not the isolated case. Every single day, this is what the PBB do to their friends and their cronies. They cheat the tax system. They cheat taxpayers in order to benefit themselves, their friends, their cronies, their concubines, and their cathedral guides. That is what they do. And you cannot have a country running like that at all. Not at all. It's a cowboy country. And so when people want to talk about decency, just let's go to Catch a Stroke. Now suddenly he is talking about decency and governance and good people in office. But he ain't talking about decency when he did all these criminal things, when he got convicted, when he was caught on tape, and they use the word allegedly, soliciting sex from a schoolboy, an underage schoolboy, when he was crying for the Julius, if you love Julius, how you gonna do this to me, man? How you gonna do this? I thought you loved me, Julius. Julius, come to man, let me get a little schoolboy. But yet these are the people, these are the Pakus who want to lecture people about morality. These are the Julius, when you gonna give me the tea, Julius? Right? These are the people who want to lecture people about morality. How many of you guys remember the Julius situation? This is the same person that was deported from one of them small islands because he went there and like he went with dirtiness. Back way. I'm glad you guys are not seeing my facial expression. Good night again. It's Mark Benchap, 39 minutes after 9 o'clock in beautiful Guyana, but it's after 8 in New York, Eastern Standard Time. Margaret Patmore, I see you there. They're playing the politics and trying to tell you or give you those. If you didn't know these Pakus, if you didn't know these convicts, you will swear that they are decent people, right? You will swear that they are decent people, but at the end of the day, they're Pakus. These are the types when you see them, you just gotta make up your face at them. Just make up your face. Give them the face. Give them the face. Like this guy got to give them the right. Then give them the right. Give them the face. Give them that face, right? Good night again to all of you. If you're now joining us, hey, guess what? My name is Mark Benchap. Now let's get to this guy here. Now, police said they caught him. No other news, right? It's like this news is over with. It's done with. You're not hearing anything else about this here. This is a guy that they claim that that through that explosion at the whatever it is, that bomb or whatever you threw there, for whatever reason, the police can't come and tell you for what. They ain't gonna tell you out for what, because they don't know for what, and so they want to cover up whatever happened. And so when they came out at first, remember they tried to put this unsanctioned man, Mohammed, right? They tried to say it's Mohammed. Mohammed is the one. Mohammed is the one who did it. Oh, yeah. This is what they tried to do. Y'all remember, critic? So if that's the case, how come the police can't figure it out by now? How come the police can't figure it out by now? I don't know. The case gone quiet, just like critic. I don't hear from critic. He peeping. He just somewhere peeping. He peeping. He must be waiting for a box of food with a box of cook up with Kazri before he says something. You know, Jagdev, apparently, according to information, Jagdev is sick. And like critics sick too. Like the man get bums disease or what? One bum's raised, the other bum's raised. One take operation for cut off two sons, the other one take operation for cut off two sons too. Anyways, I'm sorry, but that is, it's Naughty Thursday, right? My name is Mark Benshop. If you're now joining me for the first time, thank you for joining. If you have shared a link, thank you for sharing the link as well. So let's get back to this gas station explosion. Nothing. The commissioner of police, sorry, does not have the decency, the decency to come back to you, members of the public, and say, this is the status of this investigation. Nothing at all. Absolutely nothing at all, right? And so all they said is that the sample, they now took the sample all the way to India. So now everything they're sending to India now, and they're bringing from India. They're sending samples to India, and they're bringing Dilip from India. So you see the exchange there, right? You see the exchange. You see what's going on. But if all you can wake up and understand that the PPP is bad for Guyana, bad for business, bad for the future, right? Not just future, bad for the future of Guyana. Bad. And so they should give you guys an update here. Hey, here is something else I want to ask you guys. And no, it's not about the unemployment or the poverty, the living 58%. In case you guys missed this, I spoke about this a couple days ago. And I took this out from Sharma Rahim Solomon's page. Member of Parliament, Sharma Solomon. 58%, the IDB. How many of you in the audience know what the IDB stands for? Come on, I know you guys know. The IDB has said, this is not Benshop, right? This is not Benshop. This is not Benshop. Alex Rodriguez, we don't deal with these sort of distractions here, man. Oh, man. Focus now, man. Focus now. This is not critic show. Focus now, man. You come and tell him, you ex watching me show, and I must block you ex. Look, if you, Alex Rodriguez, if you and your ex, if y'all get problem, if you and Kwame get problem, don't come on this program and tell me to block your ex. All right? Don't do that. Let's continue here. Alex is back with us again. Good night to Alex. But let me say this to you guys. 58% of Guyanese are living in poverty. Poverty. You hear, Alex? 58% of Guyanese are living in poverty. When will this stuff be fixed? Can somebody say when? 58%? Is anybody addressing this here? But you know how they're going to want to address it, right? Budget is around the corner, so to speak. Thank you, Teresa Sandiford. Budget is around the corner. And you know what they are going to do with this budget? The last budget was how much? Was 1.3 or so trillion dollars? 1.3, but The American kids would love to correct you, right? My kids. That is not 3, is 3, right? 1.3. Right? Y'all don't ask Conan Marshall to say 3. He goes, don't let him say 3, right? Good night to Conan Marshall and others, the highlighters. Good people. So now let me say this. 58%, 58% are living in poverty. Poverty. Can you guys believe this? Guyana? No, man. Guyana is the fastest growing economy in the world right now. Guyana is like a little Dubai right now. Infrastructure, they're building roads that blocking up. All manner of things. You know the highway, the Heroes Highway that Marcos Rubio drove on and he got a concussion? Well, they're putting billions of dollars to expand the headache. Not to fix the problem. They're expanding the headache. That is how they're stealing your money. So the last budget was 1.3, I think, trillion dollars. How much you think? Come on, let's see what Tanti Moral, what Dilip Shastri Venkatasamy, what they're going to come up with this in this budget. Do you know? Don't be surprised if you see the budget at $2.1 trillion. 2-point-something trillion dollars. Don't say that you didn't hear it from us here. The next budget is going to be over $2 trillion. You know why? $2 trillion. Because the money that they're thieving right now, they got to find a way to justify it. And they're going to put a little bit back here. They're going to put a little bit back there. So when they have a budget of maybe $2.2, $2.3 trillion, they're going to go back for more. Because next year is local government elections. And they want money for their boys. They want money for the girls. They want money to go and hang out around the cathedral. That is what they want your money to do. So while they're taking all of your money, billions upon billions upon billions of dollars, and giving it to their friends and their cronies, and everybody, every single body except you, the hardworking people of Guyana. Not just because you're PPP or whatever. They're hardworking PPP people in Guyana. They're hardworking PNC people, APNU people, and so forth and so on. Hardworking. But some may say the folks from Wind don't have to walk, they get money. Right? You should see my naughty laugh. But people are hardworking people in Guyana. But the harder you work, it appears, the ordinary man, the harder they work, the more they're punished. The more they punish. The harder they work, the more they punish. And these Pacus who are in office, the less they work, the more they get. The less they work, the more they get. That's what's going on. But it's got to stop. At some point, it's got to stop because you've got to get a good government that believes in the people, a government that respects the people, and a government that really wants to work for the people. Not the other way around. These people, like when Priya pull up in Tiger Bay or wherever she pull up. When they pull up for videos, they pull up for picture. And it's like they play picture not a picture. No picture. She grab picnic, grab them. Look the little boy at the back there with the buckta on. Some of them ain't get no shot on. Well, all of them ain't get on no shot or nothing. But you got to keep these little boys away from the likes of Kwame and them, right? And that is what is happening in Guyana. They pretend that they care when in fact they don't care because they've had almost 30 years to fix all of these problems. This is not a problem that was created by the PNC. This is not a problem that was created by APNU. This is a problem that was created by the PPP. The poverty that we are seeing right now is as a result of the PPP. They have been in office for close to 30 years. And so help me God, they've got to accept all of the responsibilities. Look at those young mothers. Those young mothers weren't born during Bornham days and so forth, or when Hoyt was in office. They're young people, young mothers. But yet the PPP could not provide for them. Yet the PPP cannot give them the basic things that they need. Yet the PPP is the one that introduced the harshest tax on people. 16%. 16% of tax, the value added tax, is under the PPP government, under the corrupt PPP government. So how now, all of a sudden, you trying to give people the impression that you care about people, you care about the welfare of citizens of Guyana. Under the PPP regime, you walk under the clock, you see a lot of homeless people in the nights. You walk on the Demico house, whether it's in the night, whether it's in the day, you see homeless people. They're never concerned about these things happening in Guyana. They're never concerned. But suddenly they want to give you the impression that they love you. They want to fight for you. They want to do this for you and all sorts of things. Don't believe them. Anybody who wakes up now and tell you that they want to help you now, ask them, why haven't you helped me over the past 5 years? Why haven't you helped me over the past 10 years? And in some instances, ask some of them, why haven't you helped me or my community over the past 15 or 20 years? While some of us were out there and the nation was bleeding and crying and people crying out for justice, their loved ones were assassinated. They were slaughtered in the streets of Guyana under a corrupt regime. Many folks remained quiet. They didn't care. They didn't want any justice. In fact, some of them even condoned the criminality in the country. But when hardship hits them, then is when they jump out and suddenly they want to talk about justice. It doesn't go like that. It doesn't. You know what I mean? Now let's get back to the 58%. And this is hurtful. A population of just about 750,000 people in Guyana. You have poverty level at 58%. People are earning less than $6 per day. Do you think Irfan Ali can survive, he and his family can survive on $6 per day? Do you think Tanti Moral can buy a mic? Do you think Tanti Moral can, also known as Dilip, can go around the cathedral and buy a mic and hold on tight to that mic for $6? $6 per day? It just cannot happen. But these people continue to make the citizens of Guyana pacus. It doesn't matter your political affiliation. The PPP has no respect for you guys. Whether you're PNC, PPP, whatever, they just do not care about you guys. Poverty. I don't know. People are starving in Guyana. I don't know. But something has to be done. You guys can't just sit down and just feel sorry for Jack there because he's sick or he's undergoing chemotherapy for some throat, something he swallowed. According to PPP folks. Now, we don't know. They have to explain. They got to say what's going on. And so the concern shouldn't be about him. The concern should be about the 58% of Guyanese who are living in poverty. at a cost what they earn less than $6 per day. We have talented young people out of the University of Guyana, talented trades boys and girls. The trade schools that the PPP shut down, whether it's Rose Hall Technical Institute, whether it's New Amsterdam Technical Institute, whether it's Linden Technical Institute, whether it's Georgetown, all of these things were shut down under the corrupt PPP regime. No wonder why the country is where it is as a result of the PPP. And you know, some of y'all may be in the audience, right? Y'all is quick to forget and move on. Forget. Some of y'all forget that people condone killings and assassinations and all these different things. Some of y'all forget all these things. Y'all embracing people who condone y'all oppression. Y'all be careful with who y'all hug up and who y'all embrace. If y'all know what I mean, right? These people don't care about y'all. They care about themselves. The poverty, I don't know. So here's a question that Air Finale they have to answer. And Dilip Shastri Venkatasamy. What is going on with the People's Cash Grant? The people shouldn't be begging for cash grant. It belongs to the people. And any sensible government would have a proper plan as to how to look after the people, how they should be taking care of the citizens of Guyana, but they have no interest in that. Where is the cash grant? Don't be surprised that tomorrow you're going to hear they're going to talk about the cash grant, and you're going to hear that they are giving out for Christmas $200,000. They are going to address the joint services too, and they're going to give them Christmas bonuses, tax-free, and all sorts of things. And they're going to give duty-free concessions. They're going to start with the propaganda, guys. This is the PPP. This is what they are about. Propaganda, 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 propaganda. And I could say this in Dilip's voice. Everything they're doing there is propaganda, propaganda. They want me to practice and song like Jack Day, but I try my best. I went on the East Coast, and I try my best really to sing like Jack Day. But he's a difficult man to sing like because, you know, he's like one of those alien kind of people. But I try my best to sing like Jack Day. This is not how I sing when I talk like Jack Day. But remember, they brought me from India, and they gave me $200,000 US. But they haven't yet paid me. I'm going to talk. They owe me. Mr. Benchop, is it Benchop? They owe me. I am Dilip. They owe me money. And I'm Guyana. They owe me. I need my money. Don't be surprised if Dilip start crying for money that they owe Dilip. Even Dilip they're robbing, from what we're hearing. They robbed Dilip. Poor Dilip won't quit. Now look, y'all might think this. Don't be surprised if Dilip gets upset and fly back to India. Fed up. Even Dilip is fed up right now. Dilip saying, I'm very much saying, I am not saying him, thank you. I try to help them, but I'm not taking. I go back to India and I do my food. I rather go back to India and I take care of my roti and my child. I am not going back Guyana corrupt. I don't even know how to. I go back to India and I sing to my family. When they ask me how Guyana, I say Guyana corrupt. Look, even Dilip is fed up with them. Again, don't be surprised if Dilip fly out back to India, and when his family asks him what happened, because he misses family, he can say, Papa ki tere bada naam kadega, beta hamada, aisa kaam kadega, magada ye to kohi na jane, he mere manzil, Papa ki tere bada naam kadega. Even Dilip is getting upset with them. So when y'all don't see Dilip no more, y'all know what happened with Dilip. They've gone right back to India. They force him to get, they leave. But right now, Dilip is in Guyana. Dilip is punishing in Guyana. Dilip wants his money. He wants his 200,000 that they earn. They're going to give me Dilip spoke. Dilip said, they're not giving me my money. I want all of my money. They promised me. I sell food in India. I sell really, really nice food. You want to eat my food? You eat, you squeeze your food, and I throw your food, and I give your food, and I sane your food, and I chate. People eat it. I don't know. I've got to go, guys. I will see you tomorrow right here, and we will talk more about Dilip and what they have done to Dilip. They're robbing Dilip. Dilip have had enough. Dilip want to go back to India. My name is Mark Benchap, and now I'm out of here. I'll see you guys back tomorrow, right here. Same place, same time, on 107.9 FM. God bless you all. Have a good night. And God bless those beautiful people in Guyana. Mwah. See you then. Bye-bye.
There and fabricate that. Unless you say who the person is, I can't comment on anonymous people.
Okay, well, let's talk about specific individuals. What is your relationship with Mr. Su Jurong?
Su? Oh, Su.
Oh, Jesus Christ. If cost of living double, I don't know what happened. A pound of sugar is $300 already. Flour, everything gone up. Everything just raising. You gotta get about $40,000 for buy good ration. You gotta get 3 man now. A weekend man, a monthly man, and a fortnight man.
The national player! And the ball from Buxton Digital. All over! Showtime! Bust your ass! The national player, bust!
I can't take it no more. I can't take it no more. Can't take it no more. Imagine 18 hours of blackout, and you're telling people progress. Cost of living gone up 100%. Get your give public servant less. Mr. President, listen to the people. Search your soul and you will confess. I want you try surviving on the public base. Then you're gonna know but stress. Cause I done fed up. You done fed up. He done fed up. She done fed up. We done fed up. The people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup. Look how evil set up. The people fed up. They don't drive no fear in the citizen. They may want the people speak out. Freedom of speech done gone inside the gutter. Knock off when you open your mouth. Discrimination in entertainment. And you're talking about one Guyana. When the Ministry of Culture keep the big shows. One set of girls and banner. Cause I done fed up. You done fed up. He done fed up. She done fed up.